Uh, Greetings. Hope you are all doing good. In this insight and this presentation, we are going to see how to build a complementary team. By names of Kato James, and below is my email address and phone number for more information. In this insight, we talk about the importance of having a strong team and what to keep in mind when building one. Yeah. Okay, so this is our presentation, and these are objectives. The objectives of this presentation, first is by the end of this presentation, I hope that we shall have a clue on understanding the importance of team building. Then the second one is design an effective team structure, select the right team members, and the fourth one is build and maintain a positive team culture. The fifth one is implement effective hiring practices. Then the last one will be optimize team dynamics and performance. Now, hiring your employees is an exciting milestone for any startup founder, because it is a sign that your dream is becoming a reality and your company is growing. However, it can also be a time-consuming and stressful process. Hiring the wrong people could actually cost you dear in time and money, and it could even destroy your business. Because we all want to develop our ideas, and then we want our idea to grow into something big to the extent that we can even recruit members. And now when we recruit members, it happens that there's that joy you feel. You feel like your company has started to grow. But then you have to be careful when recruiting members, yeah? You have to recruit members that are actually needed, not just including just because you have money and you see there is a gap that needs to be occupied. Yeah, you have to first actually take steps. Yeah, you have to take steps before you recruit someone, because you may recruit someone who is good but not the person who is actually needed at that very moment, and this may actually cost you in terms of money and time. Yeah, so the overview here, as Kevin Connor, the co-founder of DAO, has noted, a great idea alone isn't enough to build a great company. What you need is teams of talented people organized in a way that truly let them shine. Let's explore how to structure your team, select the right employees, and build the culture that fosters success. Yeah, because you may have an idea, but you are not going to develop that idea alone. Yeah, you have to get people. You have to get people on board to help you build that idea. But now, when you get people, you have to give them a conducive environment. You have to give them resources that actually will help them shine, because you can hire the right people, and like those people have talent, they have skills, but just because you are failed to give them a conducive environment, to provide them with resources, you'll find out that at the end of the day, those people are not going to deliver. Yeah, so you have to consider that. Then let's look at designing the structure. Yeah, the structure of the team. Assuming you and your co-founders have developed a clear roles and responsibilities concerning important functions, actually, you need to establish a hierarchy and determine how tasks will be delegated. Even if you plan to have a small team and grow slowly, clarifying the reporting structure and the responsibility will help you work out the kind of people you want. Yeah. Yeah. What it means that even if you have like your business, your startup is very small, and you wish to hire like 2 to 3 people, those people, you consider them as a team. So the organization should have a structure in which those people are going to operate. Yeah. For example, like how decision is going to be made. Yeah. How are these people, like what steps are going to be taken in terms of decision making, in terms of reporting, things like that. So these people should be well conversant with like the knowledge, how the culture of the organization. Like if this happens to me, who should I report to? Yeah. Hope it's now making sense. Yeah. So let's look at some of the key questions to ask. Yeah. Let's look at some of the key questions to ask here. How hierarchy would you like your company to be? Yeah. Do you want your company to be formal or informal? Yeah. Like, do you want your teams to make their own decision, or you want the top organization or top members to make their organization, then the team will just implement them? How will you structure decision making? That's what you mean. Yeah. So the process should be clear and it should be communicated to your workers or to the team members. They should know that this one is the one to make a decision, and it's my role. Maybe this is my input in that decision. Because at the end of the day, you are not a dictator. You have to listen to all people in the team so that people feel like they are part of the organization, they are part of the idea. Not just you being there, you make your decision, then you just bring to your team members to implement them. Then how formal do you want the team setup to be? Yeah. Yeah. So there are two main categories of organization structure. We are going to look at the two main categories of organization structure. As I have said, there are actually two of them. The first one is mechanistic structure. Let's have a look at mechanistic structure first, yeah, as it is given here. Centralized control, formalized roles, and a clear reporting chain, ideal for roles requiring deep expertise, often resulting in startup costs. Yeah. As we have said that mechanistic structure is where the organization is a bit formal. Decisions are made by the top members, and in this case, experienced specialists form the so-called C-level management team, like the CEOs or the CTOs. While the knowledge and experience of such individuals provide a strong base for the company, these specialists should bear in mind that they are a bit expensive, and having them on board will result in higher startup costs, just because we have said that here we are dealing with experienced and knowledgeable people. Yeah. So this is the form of a structure where the organization may decide to go from. Yeah. That's why now we have said that even in terms of hiring, the organization first hires the top managers, the CEOs, the CTOs. That's why we say it is a bit expensive. Then you have organic structure. Organic structure is like the opposite of the other one. The centralized decision making increases the autonomy and the less formal team structure. Great for flexibility and lower labor cost, but may lead to unclear command chain. Yeah. Yeah. So now in this organic team structure, it is like a decentralized work. Like team members can also make their own decisions, not in a mass that top members or top members of the organization are the one to make a decision. Then the decision are communicated to the members to implement them. Yeah. So when you are building a team, you have to consider that which team structure, because each structure has advantages and disadvantages. So you have to consider which structure do you actually want your organization to take. Yeah. Then let's look at structuring the team. Yeah. Having considered organization structure and the centralization or devolution of decision making, it is then important to take into account the different types of teams that companies need. Yeah. So there are different types of team the company need. Not that you are going to just hire, just like I said before, that just because your company has a need for employees, you are going to just go to the market and then hire everyone who has applied. No, you have to first understand what is needed in the company, and then it will give you an insight on the like qualities you are going to look into someone who you actually want to employ into your startup. Yeah. So the first one is function teams. This is actually the most common type of a team. Teams are set up around job functions. For instance, teams could be established around production, sales, or marketing. Then another one is product-based. This is where you actually hire people, or you actually like where teams are set up around different products you make and sell. Yeah? So it is more of specialization, where a team is specialized. Like you are going to do this, like produce this specific type of product, and then you get a team to concentrate on only that product. Then the last one you are going to look at is marketing based. This entails grouping teams around different markets or customer groups. So this one is like focuses on different or specific type of customers. By the way, guys, I intend to make another presentation about how to find your target customers. Yeah, because you know it is also important in the development and success of. Actually, it is the most important thing in like it determines a lot for your success or success of your startup or business. Yeah. So we also have a team on that market-based team, which focuses on a particular a market or a particular customers, if I can say, a particular customer group, and then it will only specialize on that. Yeah. So you have to consider which type of team do you want. Don't just hire just because you have money, just because you have space and feel like the company needs to hire people. Yeah. Yeah. So now let's look at team size, because you know we have different sizes of team, and every size or like the magnitude of the team can also have a negative or positive effect on an organization's success. Yeah. So it's good to consider the size of the team before you start hiring people. Yeah. So like how big should how big should your team be? How big should your team be? The first one we have is large teams. While a large team provides much needed grounding and experience, especially when people have clearly defined roles and responsibilities, it can also result into your startup becoming less agile. Agile is like flexibility, changing based on what is needed. Yeah. So we are saying that while a large team provides much needed ground and experience, because you know when you combine a lot of people, those people will come with different talents, those people will come up with different ideas, different skills. So they will combine all those skills, and that one will actually increase on the productivity, and hence leading to success of the profits, sales of the company. But then you have to know that large teams come with responsibilities and roles, and they also lead to they become less agile, because you know like I said, agile is changing, being flexible. So large team is always not flexible. It's not easy to keep on changing. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to know the advantages and the disadvantages of large teams before you go for them. Then you have small teams. Allow for flexibility. That's why we said large team they are less agile. They are not that flexible. So small teams allow flexibility and easier management, but require effective leadership and clear task definition. Because because easy management, it is quite straightforward. Yeah, because you can monitor all people, because people are not so many. But then there's a problem of task definition, duplication of work. I may call it like that, because when people are very small, actually, when people are very small, the number of people is small, it is actually becomes difficult for you to allocate work to those people as compared to large teams, because large team you can tell that this one is going to handle this one. But now when the team is small, you feel like it is not easy to divide the work within yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So before you go ahead, you have to consider which type of team, which size do you want your organization to go for. Yeah. So we are going to see building a positive team team culture. Building a positive team culture, what you have to know is that every organization has a culture. A culture is sort of a way an organization does things, including patterns of behavior, norms, values, and relation building. Founders should have a clear idea of the culture they want to build, which values and behaviors are critical for to fostering success. You have to say you have to set culture, behaviors, norms, and so that when you hire people based on the culture, on the culture of the organization, so that when you hire someone, that someone should be able to fit in the culture of the organization, because someone can be good, but you see the way the person behaves and all the other things, you see the person will not fit in the culture. That's why, I mean, you have seen most talented people who are very talented in football, and they are not fitting in cultures of the teams. And at the end of the day, they let them go. Yeah, so you have to fight to have a culture. A business has to have a culture, and all people should be workers, or team members should know that culture and should observe it. Yeah, so let's see how to build a positive team culture. How you can ensure you recruit individuals who will promote the culture of your organization. Yeah, because when you have a culture, then the next step is, how am I going to recruit people who are actually going to fit and promote the culture of my organization? Yeah. Hire based on how well a person is likely to fit into your company's culture. You should look for the same level of passion, resourcefulness, and productivity in prospective employees that you and your co-founders had when you first started. Yeah. What we are saying is that when you are hiring, hire people who have the same passion, who have that love for the job, just like you and your co-founder. Co-founder, I mean, someone you chose to help you push your idea to the next level. Yeah. So you have passion, because the idea is yours. So you feel like you have to do everything it takes to take that idea to the next level. So you have to get people who have that vigor, who have that morale, who have that passion to take the organization to the next level, just like you as the founder have. Yeah. Then be sure to ask potential hires why they want to work for your business. Their answer will allow you to assess whether they are aligned to the goals of your company. Yeah. Actually, this is very good. When you are hiring, you ask that person, why do you want to join my company? Do you just come because you feel like you should have a job? Are you joining just because you are broke and you feel like you need something to rely on? So someone like that will not have the productivity will not be so high, because I mean the person is just working for survival. But then if you find someone, you hire someone, you interrogate that person, you find that the person almost has everything on fingertips about the culture of your organization, then just know that that person is the right person to hire, because that person is likely to help you push your idea to the next step. Because if you know the culture, then it will be easy for you to fit in that culture compared to someone who doesn't know that culture and just want to work for a living. Yeah. So let's look at building, how to build your team. According to Eric Moore, founder of Africa's first trending, according to Eric Moore, founder of Africa's first rating and review platform Zabamba in Kenya, it's crucial to inspire like-minded people to be enthusiastic. He says that building a team that meshed well, enjoyed working together, and had the same passion for the business as he did was a big challenge, yet it was essential to getting the business off the ground. Yeah. So let's look at types of employees. Yeah. We have different types of employees, and you have to choose which type of employee do you want your organization to have. The first one, actually, the one that is most common is full-time and part-time employees. Both full-time and part-time employees are so-called common law employees who work for you on an ongoing basis. The only difference between the full-time and part-time employees is the number of hours per week that they work for you. In most cases, full-time employees work a minimum of 30 hours per week. So if someone works below that, then is considered a part-timer. And now in developing countries, like Uganda, where I come from, you find out that most of full-time employees work for 45 hours because most, they work from 8 to 5 in the evening. So you have to know these employees, full-time or part-time. Yeah. So now let's look at advantages of full-time and part-time employees. First of all, long-term commitment, because for them, they are going to spend most of the time at the workplace. So they get that commitment to work hard to help your organization. Then you can delegate tasks permanently because these people are always going to be available, most especially full-time employees, because they are always at the site. Yeah. Then they are consistent and reliability, just as I have said, because for them, every time they are going to be here. You can rely on them because every time you can see, you can question, you can monitor them. But then this type of employees also have some side effects or disadvantages. The first one is financial burden, because that person spends most of the time at your workplace, then you have to pay him or her based on he has to receive, like, the salary tends to be big because the person, you have to pay for that amount of time he spends at your workplace. Yeah. Then most full-time employees expect additional benefits such as pension and healthcare insurance, which makes it even more expensive. Yeah, just because the person because the full-time employee spends almost the full day, almost his entire life at your place. So that person expects something in addition to the salary he or she receives at the end of the month. So that one makes it a bit expensive. Yeah. Then there are also legislative framework that govern the employee relationship, making it difficult for you to fire them. You may find out that if I hire someone and the person signs a contract, and that person maybe does something that like after some short time the person does something wrong, you will not just wake up and fire that person just because the person has some legal frameworks, because the law doesn't allow that. That person can sue you, yeah, just because you are doing something outside the laws. Yeah. So that's the problem of those employees, full-time and part-time. For them, they don't just fire them just the way you want because you have some misunderstanding. You have to follow some legal steps to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Then we are going to look at independent and independent contractors. These, in most cases, are called freelancers and are people with specific talents or skills. The organization can hire them temporarily to do a specific task without them becoming permanent staff. Yeah, these are people that you hire. For example, you want a website for your company, you just hire someone, maybe online. The person builds for you the website, you pay that person, then the person goes out. So that person is what we call a freelance. It does for you a specific work, but it's not a permanent staff. Yeah. Then one of the advantage of these freelancers, avoid the overheads and paperwork, just because as I said, for them they just come do the work. They don't need to sign contract and all those things. For them, they just do the work available. Then after you pay them and they go, you part ways. Then a contractor is usually a specialist who doesn't need hand holding, unlike a new employee. Yeah, because by the time you get a freelancer, that person has skills and experience in that field, so you don't have to instruct him, you don't have to monitor him, because he already knows what to do. Yeah, then greater flexibility as an employer, because you can change from one contractor to another, which is not the same case with the part-time and full-time workers. Yeah, the disadvantage of these freelancers that they charge higher hourly rates than you would pay employees, because as you have said that these ones come with special skills, so they have to most times they tag a high price on those skills they have. So in most cases for them, they charge per hour, and their charge slightly higher than the one for normal employees, like the part-timers and the full-time workers. Then freelancers are usually not based on site, making it harder to monitor their output. And now, for example, software developers may want a system for your organization. The software, the developer will not come to your organization and the station is there. You will just get the information he needs. Then for him, he can do, even if you are not in the same country. So that one makes it a bit difficult for you to monitor and to monitor the progress, which at the end of the day may affect the output of the product. Yeah. Then they often work on multiple projects at the same time, which affect their availability and focus. Just because you have said they are not your workers, they are not your permanent staff, so they can have like 4 gigs on the same day. So they do not, in most cases, you don't expect them to deliver any time, because they have multiple projects to work on. And another thing that is not included here is that these freelancers have copyright on their products. So you don't just use their products the way you want, which is not the same case with these full-time and part-time workers, because for them they do things for the company. And now these freelancers, just because they are not part of your organization, they always have tag a copyright. They have a copyright on their products. So even if he or she designs something for you, not just use it the way you want. So that's another disadvantage I see with these freelancers. Then another type of employees is internees and volunteers. Internees are typically students or recent graduates who work for a company or an organization to gain practical experience and skills. Then volunteers are individuals who provide their time and services to an organization or cause without receiving monetary compensation. So like internees and volunteers, for them, they come to your organization just to get experience and skills, but at the end of the day, you don't have to pay them. Yeah. So one of the advantages that they are very cheap, they are cost-effective labor, because as I have said, you don't have to pay them. They work for your company, but you don't pay them. Then you fresh perspective, specialized and specialized skill. Now, because these people are still new, they tend to come up with their brains. We assume that their brains are working, are very sharp. So in most cases, they are quick at thinking and coming up with ideas, which at the end of the day may help your startup to grow. Then one of the disadvantages they have is that they need training and supervision, because you have said they normally don't have experience. So that's why you always have to supervise and monitor them to avoid losses. Yeah, And then a lack of continuity, because now, like for internees, maybe the institution has the education institution has placed them in your organization for like 2 months. So you can't rely on someone, that in 2 months is going to go back. Yeah. Yeah. So that continuity is always not guaranteed. Then the potential liability. Yeah, practical ability, as you have said, that because they don't have experience, the chances are high that they may destroy it. They may destroy things, and this may lead to loss, to some losses on the side of the company. Yeah, so then after seeing the structure, like then type of employees and who which type of employees to hire so that you can promote your business culture. Then let's look at who to hire. Who are you going to hire? After seeing all the cultures and all those things, then you have to decide which people are you going to hire then. Yeah. Yeah. So so uh, once you have decided on the desired structure of the company and the type of employees you want to hire, the next step is to know which type of person are you going to hire. So here are some of the guidelines to bear in mind. Yeah, the first one is diverse skill set. Avoid homogeneity. Hire for avoid homogeneity. Hire for various skills and expertise. Yeah, don't hire like anyhow. Don't hire people with the same skills. That's what the point means. Like you are in tech and you hire people with who know the who know only coding. The person doesn't have any idea, maybe in project management or graphic designing or leadership. The only thing he knows is coding. Then you hire that person. Then you hire like 4 people of the same caliber. So those are all, they are going to just compete. They are not going to complement because they all do the same thing. Teams are meant to complement, not to compete. Yeah. Yeah. So another thing is identify gaps. So you can assess the skills of your founding team and fill the gaps. What this means is that evaluate the skills of the founding team. You as the founder and the co-founder, you have to identify your weakness and strengths. Then when you identify your weakness becomes the gap. So get people who are going to fill that gap. Don't hire people that have the same strength as you, the employee. You have to get people whose strength are your weakness so that they can complete you. Not people are going to compete with you. Yeah. Then the trial period. Use internship or temporary contracts to evaluate fit before permanent hires. What this one means is that always run a trial period. Don't hesitate to take someone on as an intern or offer them a temporary contract before hiring them permanently. This may turn out to be cheaper and less painful than hiring someone upfront who may not be a good fit. You may hire someone just because you have seen some like he or she has you see the person has surprised you, then you just give that person a contract. Then at the end of the day, you find out that that person is actually not the person you wanted. But remember, you have already given him or her the contract, and as we have said, you not just fire him. So I would advise that you first use trial period. You first use that person as an intern if he or she doesn't mind. Then after some time, you see that person is doing what you exactly wanted, then you can go ahead and give him or her a contract. Then avoid personal bias. Uh, avoid hiring friends or family without considering potential impacts on business and relationship. Hiring friends or family is not always the right thing to do. Too often, startup founders think it will be fun to hire people close to them without considering what might happen if things don't work out. This could negatively impact not only your business, but also your relationship. Yeah. Uh, then we have this quote here. I think I saw it important to share it with you people. It is from Andrew Carnegie, who said that teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision. It is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results. The team you build must not only be skilled but also collaborative, especially when facing challenges. A well-structured team with complementary skills and a shared vision can transform your startup's potential into extraordinary success. Now let's look at tips of building a great team. Let's look at tips of building a great startup team. The first one is shared values. Ensure your team aligns with the company's value and vision. Hire people because a vision is something your company, like something you can't attain, but you are trying your level best to attain. And guys, you have to know that a vision should be something that you can't attain, but you are trying hard to attain. So if you build your organization has a vision that is very easy to attain, then that's not a vision. A vision should be something you are looking at and you want to achieve it, but you cannot, but you can always try your level best to at least get closer to it. Yeah. So that is a vision. Then complementary skills. Form a team where members balance each other's strength and weakness. As I have said that don't hire people who have the same skills like you, because you are going to compete, you are not going to complement. Get people whose weakness, whose strength are your weakness, yeah, so that they can complete you. Effective activation. Structure your team to maximize the strength structure your team to maximize their strength and energy. When you hire people, make sure you provide all the necessary resources for those people to shine. Don't hire people and then you want them to work like you hire people, but then you don't create a good conducive environment for them to work. So even if you hire someone who's very talented, but then the environment is not conducive for you, you are that person who just want to dictate. The person will not feel involved, will not have that morale to work hard. So when you hire people, make sure you give the people all the necessary resources required for them to perform to their best. Yeah. Yes. Then that's the end of our presentation. Hope you people have gotten something. If you have any question or anywhere you want some clarity or any addition or any information, please don't hesitate to put that information in the comment section. And please, people, I really beg you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of these videos. Yeah. So don't forget to share and like this video for if you have enjoyed it, if you think that you feel like you have gotten something. Yeah. So I wish you the best, and as I said, I'm planning to upload another video on how to identify your customers. Yeah. So expect it soon. So I wish you the best and thank you for your time, and yeah, bye bye.